Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Live. Creativity Talks with Hues and Tones. What's up? Proxy's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. How are we doing this week? How are we doing? Excellent start to the week, I hope. Alrighty. So, holy. Return from the holidays is hard. Sheesh. I need another vacation. Oh man. So, I'm doing good, thanks. I love that. So glad to hear that. I was actually able to catch a couple weekend streams this weekend, so that was fun to be able to catch up with some people and see what the heck was going on and see some people outside of just my chat, which is great. Oh no, I was supposed to be in Berlin, but I canceled 2 weeks ago for your birthday, but the weather's so terrible. Oh, okay, well, yeah, you don't want to be traveling when the weather's terrible. That's not fun. Do you have a backup plan trip, or are you going to wait till the weather's better? Okay, so as you can see, we've made a little bit of progress here. So we're back on the food vendors here. I was on the fence as to what we were going to work on today. I was like, I got some social media stuff I've got to do, so maybe we do some Adobe Express, and then maybe we do that, but I think we'll just make some progress on this guy today. No backup, unfortunately. Well, something will come to you, I'm sure. That means you just kind of wait for the perfect thing. It'll be good. So I stayed at home. You know what? That sometimes is a really good plan. Like this year, my birthday falls on a weekend, but generally if it doesn't, I will take the day off and just kind of go at my own pace. Like I've done it where I had got my nails done and did a kind of fancy things, and I've also done it where I'm just like stay home in my jammies and not do work things. So there's lots of options. As long as you're doing something, you did something that you wanted to do for your birthday, that's key. If not, you should do something in retrospect. Yes, you should do something belatedly. I don't know if retrospect is the right word. It's fine. Okay. So we're working away. As you can see, I've done some of my shadows and things. I have lots of questions for me about why I set certain things up a certain way and how I'm going to stain glass this. I don't think we're going to have official stained glass lines, but I think we're going to treat some things like the stained glass instead. And I'm obsessed with how this little person's scarf came out. It looks super cozy. I just want to curl up in it. Okay, so I was doing shadows on this. So let's keep picking away at that, because that is usually when some sort of brilliant idea comes in. Oh, I forgot to tell the Discord I was here. Please hold. Don't switch. Never switch. Oh, Jane was on today. I miss Jane. Silly work. Doo-doo. All right, done. All right, sorry, back to the tarot. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I feel a little stuck on this card. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of things that I didn't decide before I kind of got going. So that's why I'm picking away at things like the shadows and that, because I know they need to be done. And usually once you're picking away at kind of the formula part of things, that's when you can figure out, oops, some ideas might come to you. So, trying to get back into the groove of the year, kind of getting some social media back up and running, trying to get some freelance projects off the docket, and getting back into my rhythm. I talked with our first Creative Jams candidate this week. So we have that booked. And so more to come there. We'll be doing that in February. Oh dear. And then getting some other things ironed out for the year. It's going to be busy, but I'm trying to keep it so that it's not too chaotic. Trying to schedule it out so that I'm getting some art done, but not taking up too much fun time. I've got some, I talked last week about getting some traditional work done. I got some watercolor done last week, on the weekend, sorry. So that was pretty fun. Got my hands dirty for a little bit. Always nice. Hello, RB. Welcome to the chat. How are things going? How is business? I was just saying I got to some traditional work this weekend, which was very satisfying. I was also able, like I mentioned earlier, get able to watch a couple streams this weekend. That was kind of nice. I watched Alessandra's stream, so catch some people in the chat a little bit. So it's fun to watch some more streams, take in some content. My sound is low. Okay, let's take a look and see. My volume is maxed, unfortunately, so that's a pickle. I don't know why this would work, but is that working? Is that better? I don't know why that would happen. Blah, 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 blah. Why is she low? Can you hear me now? Is that more better? Oh dear. Because the volume is definitely maxed up. Get a... I'm going to do a voice check here. We're going to hear double for a sec. Ooh. Good on your end, okay. Voice check here. We're going to hear double for a sec. Ooh. Good on your end, okay. Okay. Is it low? Like, is the setting low on Twitch? Because it looks like my like default setting on Twitch is kind of like lower than it normally would be. I can start yelling if you want. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Antoine. What the heck? What? Why is that being that way? Save, save, save. Why is my screen frozen? Oh dear, what's going on? Come on, you. That was weird. Yikes. Far apart from a mic. No, I'm right at the computer. Super weird that that's happening. Right where I normally would be. Okay. Try not to put too many shadows, because it will get really busy. I have to keep in, I'm trying to keep in mind that these are really little pieces in a card, so I don't want to get too detailed. Okay, Proxy's on his iPad and says the volume's good. Okay, cool. I do find that, like, because I pop open all my streams, like YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, individually as well as my like restream, and the settings, like the audio settings in each one always kind of changes. So sometimes they're default mute, sometimes they're default loud, sometimes they're and the Twitch one was just default low, the volume this time, so I don't know what's happening there, but I'm glad you're able to hear me. If I say anything super important, RB, I'll scream it at you. Okie dokie, Smokey. Now, I think what I want here, I didn't really think these kind of inside the booths out as much. I didn't really know what I was going to do with them. And I didn't really do the lines fully, so actually coloring these was kind of a challenge. But here we're using that color, that paint inside feature over on the left, and that way I can kind of play around with this a little bit without having to do too much selection. We can see how they come together, giving us a little bit more of that nice contrast on each one of these. Because yeah, see how like these, not so much that one. There we go, like that. And then, oops, I don't want the erase inside. Oof. I just don't want that painted. There's some of the lines are just not complete, so there's bigger shapes than we thought there would be. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm feeling like some of this needs to be yeah, we can put it down here. I had to have the shadows up above the red because I had some shadows covering the red and it was making a mess. But this one is going to be mostly over the gray ones, so we're okay to have it underneath. I want to have it underneath the hue saturation layer because I want to make sure that it stays black and white, that we don't get any browns or anything in there. Is this the one I want? Yeah, it is, babe. All right. So yeah, this paint inside is pretty epic because it's keeping me in those shapes, and I can really play with the brushes without worrying if they're going to be the right, if they're going to look okay. It's just a quicker way of getting through things. And I'm all about efficiencies. Okay. Okay, so we're going to erase and we're going to turn that paint inside off because you can't draw on the lines unless the lines aren't part of your reference layer. In this case they are, because my reference layer is all my line art. So to get this effect of like pulling it away from some of the lines so that they stand out a little bit more, wouldn't work with paint inside because it would just erase whatever's underneath those lines, which would be nothing at this point. So that's why I turned it off, so I don't have to do it 2 times. I can just do it once. I can show you what I mean. Actually, I don't think that was very clear, so let me just, so if I turn the paint inside back on, and it's using the reference layer, so there's the line art here. If I grab on the line, you can see it's not erasing one of the lines to the left. There's no change happening on your screen. But if I turn it off and I try again, Now you can see it's doing that. So to get the same effect on the line next to it, if I was doing the paint inside, I'd have to kind of like go beside. Oh, that's because I touched the inside first. I'd have to kind of like, I guess it works that way, sorry. Because I touched the skirt first and not the line, that worked. But that's gonna frustrate me. So yeah, I guess there's a workaround for it. I didn't think of like touching outside on the skirt first. Or if there was a complete shape, then I'd have to do kind of either side of the line and just kind of draw it twice. So that's just why I'm not using the paint inside right now. So Antoine, did you have a good birthday despite your not traveling? I know people were talking about your birthday on Alessandra's stream yesterday, but I was doing some stuff on the side, so I wasn't reading all of the chat. Oops, too aggressive. All right, there we go. Yes, you did. Excellent. You enjoyed it. 32 now. Excellent. That's a good age. 32 is pretty good. Hey, Marge. You gonna be okay, bud? Nice good boy. Lots of people in the hall tonight. Sheesh. Oops. Antoine says, I prefer in a chill way. You know, when I was 21, I traveled a lot going to the clubs. I got caught some inspiration and stuff, and now I'm so old. Oh dear. Oh no. It's just different inspiration now. We were talking about that because I was like, I remember when I was a student and I would like go out to the bars and be up really late and stuff like that, and I was like, I can't do that anymore. But I was also like, that version of me wasn't getting up at the crack of dawn like I am now. So it's just a different version of me. You're still fun and cool. Don't worry about it. You're still fun and cool. Just a different kind of fun and cool. It's all good. Age is just a number. Which one is a demo version? Hey, Moch, just settle down, okay, bud? Pacing and fluffing. Okie dokie smoky. So now I think what we're gonna do. Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna do another one of these layers. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna duplicate it just so I don't have to create another multiply layer. And then we're gonna switch over to our soft brush And we're going to do this. Now it's not going to be quite, it's pretty small. So I'm thinking, excuse me. Okay, let's move this up above the red layer. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna play around with some of this effect for a few minutes. Oh, paint inside, please. Now, it is unfortunate that you have to, like, when you put the paint inside on, it sticks with your brush and your eraser. I guess that kind of makes sense for a lot of the designs and stuff that you're doing, but inconvenient for my current processes here. Mafu's here. You are up late or very early. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. How has your day been so far? Or how was yesterday? It's like 4 a.m. right now where Mafu is. Outrageous. We're so happy to have you. Especially at this time of day. So 4 a.m. is it Monday where you are or Tuesday? Mafu. Because I don't really know. It's so far. The time difference is so big that I don't really know how it works. I'm not very good with time changes. Oops. So what I'm going to do, because I'm frustrated with this already, stop it. And I'm just going to do all of these. (4:19 a.m.) But is it like Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember if you're probably ahead, right? Tuesday. Okay, so you're ahead then. Mafu knows the future. Excellent. Okay, I'm slowly getting my head wrapped around this time difference, and you and Jane are helping me. Oh yeah, RB's you guys are all in the future. Don't spoiler it for me. No spoilers. Now, they have these like candy apples in the circus, and I suspect, given that it's a night circus and everything's black and white, they probably have some sort of magic on them where they'd be black and white and everything. I thought about that a little bit here, but I think given how small they are and how much detail I've thrown into this card, I figured, well, just having the apples be red made just a lot more sense rather than trying to be too tricky. Okay, Mafu draws the line at not warning me about natural disasters. Okay, I appreciate that. If there's a tornado on my way, please let me know. Oh no, you gotta be optimistic. The future's on your side. You can do it. Okay, so now we're gonna do an overlay layer, and we're going to, I put all that in without erasing because I was tired of turning off and on the color inside. Muffy wants to keep me safe. I appreciate this. I'm glad that we all have this teamwork here. Super great. I like it. Okay, so, why? Did I not make this an overlay? I did. Oh, I didn't change the brush color. That's why. Silly. There we go. How I've been great. Started off the new year really good. I've been, I took a solid break for the holidays. And now I'm trying to remember how to do all the other things. But I'm having lots of fun. Big plans for the year, so I'm very excited. Big studio plans and trying to balance some other things out, trying to rearrange my living space here a little bit. All kinds of fun things. It's good. No sandstorms in Canada. Yeah, not really. Nothing as serious as you guys would experience, I'm sure. Some stories from the holidays. It was pretty low key, so I kind of I went and I visited some family and friends, and I don't love that my iPad keeps freezing like this. 2026 is in your favor. So cool. Thank you. I love that. I went and saw some family for a couple days, which was really great, but really kind of just took some time off, which was fun. We got snowed in. So I extended my stay with friends and family for a little bit longer because there was ice falling from the sky. So we opted to be safe, and we stayed an extra day, which was fun to visit with. And then when I got back, we got more snow, so I got snowed in. So just kind of relaxed a little bit and just kind of took a bit of a break. I'd been really busy the whole year, so I just kind of took some time off, which was great. No hail hit me, mostly because I just stayed inside. I was talking to my aunt who lives between where I was staying and where I am like right now, and she said she could hear the ice bouncing off the windows, which is no fun and 0% fun to walk in. And even like when we got back, it was an ice storm, all the grass had like a half an inch of like ice on it. So even like Mojo would try to go for a walk and he'd be just sliding all over the place. It wasn't ideal. Like we lost, like a couple of trees lost some big branches and stuff. So not ideal if you're not used to it. But luckily I was in a position where I could kind of stay home and stay out of it a little bit and stay safe, which was good. No snowman for the ice because it kind of packed it all down a little bit. But some kids did build some when the snow came after. So that's always fun to see. Ooh, 3 days of ice rain on top of 40 centimeters of snow. That's fun. The ice on top of the snow is always the best. Yeah, where my brother lives, he's further north, so the snow doesn't do as much melting in between. Like here where I am at, we'll get a lot of snow, but then it'll kind of get warm and melts and snow. So we'll get lots over the winter, but it won't look like a lot. His doesn't thaw or melt really in between in the wintertime, and they had a lot of snow over the holidays. Biggest snow piles I've seen in a really long time, which is super fun. I love the snow, so. But I also didn't have to shovel it, so I just keep that to myself. Ice rain on top of the snow. Yikes. That's very risky business, but guarantees that the snow will stick around for a little bit. Hopefully, if you have a car, you were able to brush it off in between. Okay. Slowly coming together here. Save. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to do some more. Have I done any? Not Safari. I'm just going to go through some of my other ones. I don't know. Ugh, everything keeps signing me out of things. Don't do it. I'm wondering, all the stained glass hasn't been just on the red sections, has it? That seems odd. Oh, we've got the color. So no, it goes on the gray too. Yes, yes, okay. Phew. Had to do deep defrosting. That's brutal. I know we had some, there was one day I had to go out or something, and I woke up earlier. Somebody was up to go to work, and all we heard everybody like chipping their cars out, and I was just like, I'm gonna be late. Never mind, it's fine. Alessandra's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. How did the rest of your stream go yesterday? I hope it was awesome. Oh, because it's under the red. Never mind. Clear the layer. Dishes jail. Brutal. Duplicate this layer. I already did that. Sorry. Pay attention here. Duplicate this layer. There we go. And then pull it down and clear it. Okay, so this one, I could technically, I guess, is that gonna work? I want it to be lighter though. So the advantage of having these layers underneath the hues and saturation layer, the one that I have highlighted here on the right. Ooh, it's a little blurry on Twitch, yikes. And the advantage there is that if I did maintain like the color brushes, then like if the color and I didn't change it back to white, it would still desaturate what's underneath there. So if by accident, so let's be a little more dramatic and use the red one, then you can see here it's doing the gray because that hue saturation layer, you can see it's red in that layer, but because that hue saturation, everything underneath it is going to be black and white because sorry, no, this is what I want. I took all the saturation out of it. I want to ensure that it's black and white underneath so I don't accidentally overlap some color on the gray, things like that, to help keep things clean and save me from myself. My day was awesome. It was good. Somewhat productive. I'm trying to get back into my groove. I'm wide awake. Trying to get back into the New Year groove. Oh, Mafu's gonna do the dishes. Yes! I'm in. Oh, it's Tuesday where RB is. Everybody's ahead of us. Okay, so let's get back to this. Maybe not though. Maybe the off one. This is an overlay, right? Okay. So that just kind of keeps me on track. So this one's not going to have any stained glass like broken up lines or anything. It's just going to have the stained glass treatment. Again, I think it's just because I have so much on these pages. I don't really want to make them too busy. Adding the lines is going to be pretty cluttery where they generally kind of break up the space a little bit, which is nice on bigger sections. We don't quite need that here. When it comes to George, I'd be more than happy to take over. I'd be happy to have you do that. They're never ending around here. I did the dishes yesterday, and I came back in, and there's more dishes to do. I'm the only one who lives here. Oh, outrageous. Outrageous. Alrighty. How was your day, Alessandra? Productive, I hope. Not too stressy. The weather's been good here. The sun's been out, which is a little weird. Last week I'm like, why does it look weird outside? I'm like, oh, the sun's out. I didn't realize we hadn't seen it for a long time. Oops. 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 Goodness me. Nice. Sun was out today too. Excellent. Yeah, like I'm a winter person. I have no problem with the winter and stuff, but I didn't realize I hadn't seen the sun in so long. So it is nice to see it out for sure. Get some vitamins in. And it was like the wind finally calmed down because it's been really windy here. So even if it's nice and sunny, it's hard to be out for too long with Mojo because we're both going to blow away. But the wind died down this afternoon, so we could actually catch up on all his doggy social media. So yeah, a nice long walk this afternoon, which was very refreshing. This you can't, I'm pulling away some of the lighter bit here, but it probably doesn't matter too much, but just a little bit from the edges just to help me with it. There we go. There it is. Okay, and then I think I'm going to make the tent kind of stained glassy is what I'm going to do. Save. Doggies. Yeah. All the doggies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is reuse this and do this. No, that doesn't matter so much for what we're doing here. This. So what's everybody else been up to today? What have we, or yesterday, whichever day you want to talk about. I mentioned I've been doing some stuff around my apartments. I went to work today and relaxed a little bit when I got home so I could be refreshed for the stream. Then we're going to relax some more to prep for bedtime. Very crazy Monday business. RB finished the squirrel vector for the coloring book. Nice. I did some coding. Excellent. Very productive day. Look at you go. Mafu's been looking into the game Tekken. I've not heard of it, but I'm not in the game realm very much lately, so it's not on the Switch. Bummer. Bummer. How inconsiderate. fighting game, and it looks so cool. Excellent. Well, I'll have to take a look after the stream. Whoops. I'm just going to, because this overlaps, there shouldn't really be a gap here. Ooh, I do like cool music. That's always fun. I'm with you 100%. Yeah. Music makes all the difference. I love it. I don't know how I feel about that gap. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to bring this back down. I'm going to paint inside. Dan's here lurking. Hello, lurking Dan. Welcome to the stream. Hope all is well. I designed some stickers for my art event, and the delivery put it in a wet spot and it got it all wet. Ugh! How inconsiderate. Don't you know? Very very valuable cargo. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh, my latest listen. Oh, you'll be so... My music listening lately has been very... nostalgic, in that I've been like revisiting a lot of the stuff that I've listened to before. Not a lot of brand new. I guess like the newest thing I would have listened to. I went and saw Linkin Park last year. They were here and I went and saw them, and so I've been listening to a lot of their album. Their new one is pretty good. I enjoy it. But a lot of just kind of re-listens. I haven't really done a lot of new album stuff lately. You definitely should. Yeah, there should be some sort of repercussions on that one, Alessandra, because that's ruined all your stuff. Linkin Park, what did I think of Emily? I loved it. I wasn't sure initially how that was going to go. I remember seeing them on the TV and being like, I'm a big Chester fan. I don't know how this is going to go. But she does really well. I was a little concerned because at the start of the show, she kind of just stood there a little bit and sang. And I was a little worried, but she warmed up quite a bit and was all over the stage, and she did really well. And they did a very good balance of the new album, but also the classics that you hope to hear. It was very good for my soul. Yeah, I think, so as Mafu just said, same, Chester's too legendary for me. I think it being a female singer removes a lot of any comparison that may have happened. That may happen when she comes out on stage. Stained is my favorite one. Stained is my favorite, and they didn't perform it. I was ready for it. I was so excited, but they didn't perform it, and I'm realizing that I did this wrong. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Linkin Park. But yeah, the new one, Stained, is excellent. So I guess that's probably the newest like full album I've listened to. Anything else has been kind of like little like one-offs and such. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's very good. So the new album is Linkin Park. The new album is 0 to... I want to make sure I get it right. So let me pull up my phone here. Pew, pew, pew. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get shut down. From 0. Sorry. I was thinking 0 to midnight, and that was not right. That's another one. I was combining like 3 different Linkin Park albums from that. From 0 is the new album, and it's excellent. So that was all over my Spotify Wrapped this year. Okay. So would recommend that one. What else? Let's see. Well, I have Spotify open. We've got a minute. I'm thinking Minutes to Midnight. Yeah, I combined 2 Linkin Park albums in my brain at once, and that was so much silliness. Yeah, not a lot of albums. A lot more. So the band Paris opened for them, and they were really good. Yeah, I don't know. And then everything else has been lots of just nostalgic other music that's familiar. I have a couple friends who recommend music on a regular basis, and so I'll check out those things. Crownlands is one I enjoy. They're Canadian. It's 2 gentlemen, and they're very good. Glorious Sons as well. I've seen them twice in the past couple years. Listen to them quite a bit. I'm always here for some Lady Gaga or a little bit of everything. There's not really a lot of music I don't listen to. Glorious Sons, they're a good show. I'm sure they're international. They do all those kinds of things. Would recommend their show. It's a very good one. Spanish and country music. Ugh. I'm kidding. No judgment. I'm not a huge country music fan, but I feel like the more current country music may be more of my taste. I don't know. But I know my sister... I did it again. I goofed it again. Sorry, I'm all in a tizzy over the music here. Okay, let's just try something else. Here we go. I'm highlighting the wrong things. And accenting the wrong parts. No, like music is music, man. If it speaks to you, do the thing. My sisters and my brother really listen to a lot of country music. Like I said, not really my thing, but there's a few in there that hit the right direction. Mm-hmm. RP says, I can imagine Alessandra doing the jig dancing. Yeah, and Mafu's mentioning Linkin Park. They became popular because of their messages on the lead singer's mental health experiences. Yeah, and they were really big when I was in high school. And a really popular band, but yeah, that kind of the incident with their lead singer and his mental health issues definitely changed their messaging a little bit, and they weren't on tour or performing for a long time because they didn't have their lead singer. So they've made it. They made that switch, and they got different singer, and so they've changed they're back on tour, or they were last year. I assume the tour is probably over at this point because it was in the summer, I think. It was an excellent show, though. If you have a chance to go to it, it did not disappoint. It was like right in the middle of the arena, so it was kind of like a circular stage. Always a fun element. Favorite Linkin Park song? Oof, that's a rough one. It depends on the moment because like each one speaks in a different way. I'm going to say one and then forget another one. I finally added some alerts and redeems on my Twitch 5 years later. Yeah, you guys have all these alerts and redeems, and it makes me feel like an old person because I don't know what any of it is. Jane has them, you have them, so I'm well behind on it. So you're well ahead of me, not to worry. Because see, like there's In the End, there's Numb. They all have a purpose. Oh, now I'm just gonna listen to some more Linkin Park. I'm not even gonna switch anything. Twitch won't let me be an affiliate. Don't worry. In the End was introduction to Linkin Park. Yeah, that was probably the first one that I had as well. That was kind of like their big one, I guess. That kicked them off, I guess. But yeah, it's so good. Because even I'll listen to, like, I was listening to a bunch of the music and prepping for the concert. And I was like, oh yeah, this song. And, oh yeah, this one. Or I'd go to skip something and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't skip this one. Because it's just, they're so good. Strong recommend. Okay. I think some of this is too dark to do what I want, but that's okay. We'll just put it on a couple of these. Turn that off. In the thing. One and Given Up are my top favorites. Is that like one of their songs, or is it a different, like an album? Only 4 of your stickers made it out, Alessandra? Oh, sorry, I misread. So 4 of your animal cards left. Okay, phew. But still, like, I hope you can get some money back on those stickers. That's, like, I don't know what you would get shipped that couldn't be in the water. Like, why would they do that? So dumb. You're almost done. Are these what you were working on yesterday, the animal cards? Because they were looking really good. One sounds familiar. I'm not sure if it'll Given Up. Perfect. Well, the cards were looking really good, Alessandra. And actually, now that, like, maybe your stickers, you can turn them into, like, temporary tattoos. How frustrating. I would be very frustrated because stickers are not inexpensive to print. Oh, from Given Up. Okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Hello, mister. Are you going to come sit with me? We've got 8 more minutes. Come here. Oh, we're just gonna stand and stare. Okay, that's good. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully some accountability will happen because it takes so long to ship them, and your event's February 7th. Sheesh. How frustrating. Okay, so one more. So I'm going to treat these ones a little differently. Let's see how it comes through. Not to worry. Roger's just eager for his own share of minutes. He's been by himself today, so he's catching up on some sleep now, but he's ready for some hangout minutes, so. He does sleep all day, but he doesn't throw his own toys, so he needs me to help him with that. Whoa, that was tricksy. Okay. Let's see. A little more here, I think. There's going to be some shadows on the circus here, although I kind of need to... Okay, let's... One thing at a time. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm a little worried I'm putting too much detail on this circus tent that's way in the back. We might be okay, and I might have a solution to fix it. Nope. These look great. Excellent. Thank you. I'm going to be busy because I want to get them all done, but I want them each to have their own minutes because it is coming down to the wire, coming down to the end here. Posting in time for November. Sheesh. You didn't miss too much, Mafu. You were right near the start. Excellent. Alessandra has submitted her complaint. Excellent. Hopefully you'll get something back for it because that's not fun. Okay. So what I'm thinking... We're going to add in some shadows around the tent to clear up, because I don't like some of these like gaps and stuff that are happening here. Like those guys, I don't really like that so much. So I think we're going to do some shadows to help that along a little bit. And we may do like a light something over top just to fade it back a little bit, because I think right now we have a lot all fighting for the same layer. So I think I'm probably going to put something between us and the tent. Not that dark, but I think we'll pull that back. And then continue building this one. But for right now, I'm going to save this. It feels like a logical breaking point. Still a bit to be done here, but I feel like we're getting pretty close. Like the tent above the signs and stuff here needs some attention, like the little spires on top of the tent and things. One what do I mean by the same layer? Now I don't know what I said. So I think they're all kind of, so my goal here is to have, like, we have our two characters here and this. Here, let me do a new layer before I make a mess. So if we do this, and I'll do like a pink so we can see. So everything that's here is supposed to be like a paper cutout. So there's that one, and then a little bit further back is this one, and then the tent. So the idea is that they'll be like one behind, like they kind of look like they're one behind the other, but because they've put so many highlights and shadows on the tent, I think there's it looks too forward. Like it looks like it's too much in front because there's all those highlights and stuff, where usually if things are kind of going towards the back, they lose some detail. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little something in between this layer and this layer, just like a light gray or a something that's opaque, just to knock those highlights back a little bit without erasing it. And moving it back. I think you're referring to values of focal point. Yeah, basically, yeah. So like right now there's too much highlight and everything. They're all trying to compete. They're not giving that kind of depth effect that I've been getting on the other cards. So I'll be like lowering the values. Like I want to have all these highlights and everything. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see, sorry. All like the tent that we were just working on, there's a lot of high contrast where really I need to kind of dim it down a little bit, lower that contrast, and put it back just so it's not looking like it's trying to come forward, just it'll knock it back just to give it more of that depth. Because also the way I've laid it out, these big shadows that I rely on usually to create that paper effect, the way that I've put them, like this, the front one being on the right, then the left and the right, those shadows don't give me that default effect. Usually like the shadows will the shadows will kind of create that depth for me, but because of the way I laid them out here, I have to do a little bit of extra work on the shadows on the pages rather than the shadows between the pages, the layers, sorry, to make sure that it gives that effect. Excellent. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for the question. I do appreciate that. I always want to make sure that my process is pretty clear and it's coming through. But I think that's going to be it for me for now. This is a good logical break point. I'm going to keep working on this one. I'm kind of hoping to have it finished in the next couple days so I can move on to the next set. I'm still working December cards. I want to be in January ones. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. I'm always here to clarify things where I can. So next week we'll be here with either another tarot card or with something else. I almost did some like traditional work today. So we'll see what comes up, but we'll definitely be back next Monday. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you Antoine, Alessandra, RB, Mafu for being up so early or staying up so late. I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Hope to catch some of your streams, and I hope to see you all next Monday. Have a great night, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.